Hey guys, and welcome back to the Journey of Self. I am your intuitive tarot reader as well as your host, Brandy, and this is The Journey. Okay, so I invite you guys all to like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I also invite you guys to look at your sun sign, your moon sign, your Venus sign. If there is something in particular you would like to work on in your life, what you can do is look up that house and what sign is falling in that house. And you can look at that video as well. These are general readings, but I do give out a lot of information. So feel free to go through that. All right, so I invite you. This is going to be the Taurus April general reading. I invite you to meditate on my salt lamp as I go ahead and go through some of the meditative things that I got, or some of the things that I got during my meditative portion of getting your reading together for you. I am going to title this reading, The Life You Want. Okay, Taurus is looking really good this month. You guys actually hold the wheel as far as personal life, as well as social life, as well as career. It's looking good. It does look as though you guys are going in a new direction, or that there will be movement in your life as well. Corrections can be made, and you'll get the chance to make these corrections. Maybe things in the past that, you may have felt like were mistakes. You could have done that differently. This month may present you with an opportunity to change some of these things. Okay. You may also have to do some tweaking to your love life, your social life. I invite you guys to be understanding with yourself and others, to discuss and make, agreements. And then if you do this, understandings can be met with you and the people that you intend to actually have these conversations with. I don't think there's going to be a lot of confrontation because all is well. Okay. There is a potential for spiritual growth because your body and your mind finds its balance this month. And to keep it going, you guys should work on your muscles, especially if you're having trouble with your body. It could be coming from muscles. So, do something to make them stronger. Like I said before, the career is looking good. And if you guys are actually searching for jobs, it's a good month to actually land that job that you want. Now, remember, this reading is called The Life You Want. Remember, the wheel is in your hands. You guys don't short yourself. Don't underestimate. Actually go for what it is you want, because there's a good chance this month that you can have that. Okay. As far as investments go, do your research. It looks good for returns, but just make sure you do your research. You guys are going to have the ability this month to transmute negative energy into positive. By speaking out or, using your voice, you guys do have the chance to affect other lower vibrations and help other people raise their vibrations. At certain points of the month, you guys may find yourself standing alone, but you are protected in your relationships, so do not fear. You guys are getting a chance to actually, go toward your divine legacy, to build it, to strengthen it. There is something about your life that is going to come back to life. In other words, there's going to be some sort of rebirth. Spirit told me once again, after I said it the first time, or after I wrote it down the first time, once again, your voice. Reclaim your power through your speech. Now, here we go. I think that a lot of the critiquing with you guys is not going to be you self-critiquing. It's going to be you critiquing other people and letting them know your boundaries. You may decide that you now have new boundaries. You're going to be having to put some people in their place. And it's because of, entitlements. They feel as though they have particular entitlements in your life, maybe over not only your time, but your possessions. You're going to have to let them know, listen, that's not allowed here. I'm not doing that anymore. And this is different. All right, guys, let's get into the reading. Let's start with some general energies for the month. First card out, card flipped over. Let me see. Here we are. Yeah. Let me see if you guys can see these cards. First card out is the 8 of Cups. I feel as though, let's look at this card. Let's talk about it. If you look at the top of the card, there is someone speaking at a podium. I feel as though that's why, Spirit is really reiterating, use your voice. I feel as though there's someone who is not necessarily listening to your no. They're not listening to your desires, your wants, and you're going to have to set those boundaries up and let them know. It's either get down or lay down, because I'm not doing that anymore. I'm feeling really good about your reading this month. I'm feeling really good about the changes that are going to occur. You guys have a lot of power this month. Remember that. I see here with the Hermit, you guys will be doing a little bit of introspection, probably between the first and the second week. Even into the second week, you guys may be dealing with an earth sign who may be a little bit introspective. But I feel like you guys are searching for the truth. And now with the 4 wands out, no, you guys are searching for stability. You guys are searching for stability. Once again, wow, double. See this guy in the top of the card? You see this guy speaking and there is an audience watching? Oh my gosh, you guys are going to be, I feel like for those of you who are in an educational setting, you may get a chance to make a presentation. You may get a chance to teach others. I do see that there is a lot of you speaking out, you speaking your truth this month, okay? Then we have the 9 of Swords. There may be someone that comes to help you, that empowers you, and maybe helps you with the problem, okay? But the 9 of Swords here, I feel as though the 9 of Swords is you wielding your truth. There are going to be some things, because remember I said between the first week and the second week, you're going to be introspecting and looking for the truth. Okay, so in the 9 of Swords, this season, for some reason, probably because coming out of Pisces season, I'm seeing something different than I usually see in the 9 of Swords in this particular deck. What I'm seeing here is that there are some truths that you've already come to realize. There are some things that you realize and you've actually dealt with and you're embracing, and you've already put them down and said, okay, that is what it is. And that's what it will be. Okay. And now you have a different truth that you're actually, it could be, the same thing that you realize. Now you're asserting it in your life. You're speaking it out loud. Like, listen, I know that this is how you are, or I know this is what it is, and this is how I feel about it. This is what I want. This is the way we will be moving forward from here on out. And I think that's really what it is. And I think that people should not underestimate you this month, because if you look at this particular version of the 9 of Swords, you see that he has how many? He has 5 swords he's actually wearing that are actually in the sheath. He has 2 in his hand that he's wielding. That's his truth. That's his new idea. That's his new thought processing. Okay. And the 2 on the ground are the ones that he's already done with. The truth that he's already digested, used, applied, however we want to put that. And then he has 5 in the sheath. There is information to come that you will also, have to digest and apply. But I think also too, people should really stay out of your way, because if they really want it raw and true, you do have some swords in the sheath. You do have other things, in your arsenal that you could use to protect yourself or to actually assert yourself. So I think people should be really careful. If they think that they're going to take your no and switch it to a yes, I think they're going to be hard pressed to find out that that's not how that's going. All right. Last card out. What did I tell you? Star card. So this month, I feel like it's all about boundaries. It's all about applying the truth. It's all about seeing it for what it is and moving forward. And then moving forward. Moving forward. Now, look at this particular version of the star card. We know the star card is about balance. We know the star card is about, when I say balance, I mean healing. And if you look in the background, there's light and there's dark. Okay? There's light and there's dark. Or there's rain and there's clear skies. All right. And if you look at the direction she's looking toward the dark. And I feel like this is kind of mirroring, if we can look at both of these cards together, this is mirroring the Hermit card in this reading. The Hermit is also with the star background, and he also has a light. I feel like that means he's looking into the dark. She's looking in the direction of the stormy side of the actual picture. So I feel as though that's, whether it's you working with your light and your shadow to create balance, I feel like it's all there. Okay. I feel like you're getting it together. You're if there's something you didn't want to look at before because you felt as though it was going to bring you pain, I feel as though you're going to look at it. You're going to digest it. You're going to deal with it. All right. So those are the general energies for the month. You guys could be dealing with the air sign. I'm getting that very strong. For some of you, it could be fire. And then some of you may be walking away from a water sign in your life with the 8 of Cups there. All right, let's get to it. First, we're going to start with a little energy of the life path / career, because some people's life path, they're on it through their career. Let's just get into that. All right. Once again, the Knight of Swords. Okay. From what I'm getting is some people are actually on their life path through education. They're going to school to actually get on their life path. Some people are actually working in their life path already. And then there are some people who are looking toward going to their life path. And this Knight of Swords is telling me that you may be speaking your truth. Some people may not like it because it doesn't resonate with their truth. So they may feel like as though you're very mouthy, that you have a lot to say. But I feel like you're embracing your truth and you are speaking out. And not in a bad way. I mean, first of all, I think you're just asserting yourself. And if that bothers others, well, we know what that means. If they have a problem with your power, it's probably because they're not living in theirs. So it's okay. But I don't see you being overly aggressive. I don't see you being ridiculous. I think you're just speaking your truth and you're walking away from things that are no longer serving you. You're walking away from platforms where you cannot be heard. For some of you, I see that there's a group maybe you've been working with and you're deciding that, you know what, I don't really need this energy. Yeah, I feel as though by like the second week, in between the first and the second week, once again, the Star card has reappeared. Okay, the Star card has reappeared. And now if we look at it, like I said before, looking toward the truth that maybe they didn't want to realize, maybe you guys didn't want to realize, or whatever the case may be, maybe you thought it would bring pain. I think you guys are embracing it. Look, even though she's looking toward the dark side of the card, she is, however, smiling. She is happy to be seeing what it is she's seeing. And also, the way these cards came out, she's actually looking toward the Knight of Swords, who is also smiling, wielding the sword, which is truth or thought. So yeah. By the second week, I feel like the energy is different for everyone. For some people, it's going to take a little bit longer. For others, they're already there. But by the end of the month, this is going to be the energy. All right. The Hermit card wanted to pop out again. And I believe this is because of the introspection. Some of you, like I said, could be dealing with a earth sign. At this point, though, I do feel as though this energy is you, but if it is toward an earth sign, I feel as though you guys will be looking in a different direction. We talked about legacy in the meditative portion of the reading. This is the 10 of Pentacles, which talks about legacy, which talks about long-term investment, which talks about profiting in ways that are multifaceted, in ways of family, legacy, career, abundance. And look at the two people. Yeah, let me see. Look at the two people in the background. If you guys can see that, they're actually discussing what it is that they want to do. Some people may be defensive. Look how he has his arms crossed. I don't think that they're not going to listen, but at first they may be defensive. And as I said, you guys are protected. Look at the angel behind the tree. Or I don't really want to call it an angel because I don't see wings, but I'll call it a spirit. Look at the spirit, the kind of aura behind the tree. I feel as though you guys are protected. You guys are being divinely guided to assert yourself and to invest into your own legacy. For those of you who are on a spiritual path, you guys will come to the realization of a truth. It will come in quick and fast. It will create balance and healing in your life. You will then introspect to find yourself in a very spiritually abundant place. I mean, when we look at the Five of Pentacles, it can talk about spiritual poverty. This is not that. This is not that. This is the opposite of such types of energy. Some of you, I feel like, could be going on some type of tour to see something that you're thinking about investing in. Maybe it's a school that you want to attend. Maybe it is a place that you would like to live. You are going on some type of tour or some type of look-see, right? Just drop the card. Just give me a second. To figure out what it is that you want to do. By the end of the month, I see you guys thinking, resting, retreating. Some of you may be looking backward. You may be looking back at what it is that you left, but you are actually going on a new journey. If you watch this guy going up the stairs, he is going on a new journey. I feel like this is going to bring new energy, and as far as doing your research, investigating, learning, you will be consulting someone, an expert in the field in which you would like to enter or in the field of which you're in. Okay, let's go ahead and use some clarifiers. Let's clarify the Knight of Swords. See what this energy is about. Yeah, plans, waiting for ships to come in. The Three of Wands. That's what I think you guys may be, telling other people. Some people may feel like, oh, that's why I feel like they're going to think you're, because remember I said you're going to be moving forward and letting people know from here on out, this is what we're doing. Like it or not, this is how it's going to be. Or unfortunately, you can go ahead and leave if that's what you'd like to do. And I feel as though that's why people are going to feel as though there's kind of like, you're kind of like a big mouth or that you're being, aggressively assertive as opposed to just being assertive, because you're so sure. You are so sure of what it is that you want out of life at this point. The picture is becoming extremely clear. You know where you've been and you know where you would like to go. And you're going to just make your plans and wait. I see you guys working hard, making a decision that brings renewal to your life. Some people will end up feeling left out in the cold. Okay. Also, too, there could have been something in your life that was bringing you great profit. You decide to walk away from it because it's not the way that you would like to make your money, or build your legacy, or to be known to the outside world. I see you guys moving away. And in future, if you guys are in a relationship with someone who is kind of that in and out energy, that only about sex or something of that nature, or anything that was a short inspiration and wasn't for the long haul, here with this type of energy, I see you guys turning it down. I think you're turning, you know what I really think you're turning down? I think you're turning down empty pleasures, or, I'm just like, some of you are going to actually start working on your body. So you're going to be turning down things like, things that are really not going to profit you in the long run, such as, I'm not having that extra piece of cake. Showing discipline. You guys are going to be showing discipline in your life. If you're dealing with someone that you used to deal with in just like a asexual way, you're like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to pass. I'd rather not. If you had any type of flighty energy, I feel as though that's going to pass. A lot of cards came out for this particular Knight of Swords. All right, let me stick them back in the deck and continue on. Star card. I feel as though there's something you guys are looking at that did not bring you contentment. You thought it was a wish fulfilled, and it didn't make you happy in the end. I feel like, once again, I feel like it was profitable. I feel like it may have been something that was profitable, because the Nine of Cups in the upright, is about a wish fulfillment. It's about achievements. Yeah. 9 of Cups in the reverse. Also overindulging. I feel as though you guys are looking at the ways that you overindulge yourself or overindulge others. And you guys are moving away from that. You're moving away from that with strength. Remember, in the Chariot, this driver of the Chariot, oh, look, to actually clarify the star card is the Chariot. And I'm going to go back to what I was saying, but this just hit me. And if you look at the veil over him and behind him, the covering of the Chariot, it's actually the stars. So that to me means that you guys are going toward your stars, going toward what aligns with you and what brings you happiness. Anyway, back to the Chariot. Now, if we think about the Chariot, we know that this person who's driving the Chariot, he has to get the duality of these energies, which is also mirroring the star card once again, because there is clear skies and then there are gray skies. In this particular card, it's about duality. It's about getting the shadow and the light to both work together and move in the direction in which you would like to go. Ooh, you know what just came to my mind? Power steering. Power steering. Because, and you know, it also reminded me of what I said in the beginning. You guys are going to have the wheel in your hands. You guys are going to have the wheel in your hands. So I feel as though you guys are kind of, you know, greasing up your wheels, getting yourself together. First of all, I know nothing about cars, okay? So I don't even know why that would come to me, but I just want to say that, okay? Anyway, I feel like you guys are greasing up your wheels. You guys are getting everything ready to move because that's what you plan on doing. All right, these cards fell out and I don't know in which direction they were falling out. Why is the Hermit here? 2 cards for the Hermit. Once again, King of Wands. The King of Wands is an innovator. He is an inventor. He has new ideas. He also is inspirational to those around him. King of Wands is a leader, but he's the type of leader that inspires others to do the work. Along with the King of Pentacles. Along with the King of Pentacles. Why is the King of Pentacles here? When cards fall on the floor in this particular deck, I don't necessarily take them sometimes because I'm not sure of the direction in which they fell. I do allow my Golden Tarot deck to come out in reverse as well as upright. So let's check it out. Yeah, I thought so. That's why I clarified the King of Pentacles. Yeah, there is someone in your life that likes to pretend that they're stable or that they have something to do with your stability. Meanwhile, this person, I feel like if they do introspect, they never come out of the other side with any type of real clarity. And it could be the way they're doing it. However, they often make you see a different side of yourself that you may not be the happiest with. They have a love offer, but it is not stable. And it can be affecting not only you, but your children. If we look at this from a spiritual aspect of it, there is something in your life that once brought you stability, but you didn't know all the parts. You didn't know all the moving parts and you didn't have all the information. And it turned you into somebody you didn't want to be. And it was not emotionally fulfilling. Excuse me, that was my coffee cup. All right. 10 of Pentacles, let's clarify. 10 of Pentacles has been clarified by the Lovers in reverse. I feel as though now as you guys move on with your own spiritual road, your own career, your own life path, I feel as though you guys are ending partnerships that were not serving you. You have the confidence to do it alone at this point here with the Lovers in the reverse and the 9 of Pentacles. I feel like you guys realize you have the power to do it alone. You don't need anyone else. 9 to the 10, okay? And that's what's going to bring you your stability. You believing that you can do this on your own. I feel as though because this month, the way the energy is flowing for you and the realizations that you're coming to, you may feel as though there are people who are coming for you, coming to try and take your spot. But let me tell you something about the 7 of Wands. Don't worry, because in order for people to come for you, you're most likely on top. People don't want to reach down, they want to reach up. And the Seven of Wands, this person is always in the advantage position because from my knowledge of war, he has the high ground, which is an advantage position. Okay? Let's move on to the Four of Pentacles. Let's clarify, why is the Four of Pentacles here? Taurus this month. The Four of Pentacles is here, thinking, resting, retreating, correct? Consulting experts. It's here with the Hangman clarifying it. And I'm encouraged when I see this because, like I always say, when the Hangman is present, don't worry. Yeah, you're pondering, you're wondering for a while, and that's great, correct? But the beautiful thing about the Hangman is that at the end of your position that you're in, however uncomfortable, however, you've done your introspection or you looked at the situation from a different point of view, at the end of it, you come out with illumination. And then the Hangman turns upright and he's ready to make his movements. So yeah, I think by the end of the month, you guys will make plans. You will see your legacy or your spiritual growth coming into its fullness. You will see it. Whether you see, I'm reminded of Martin Luther King when he says, I have a dream. The reason why he was inspired by that dream is because it showed him, as he said in his speech, it showed him a promised land where things were better. So it encouraged him to go on. So whether or not you actually get the 10 of Pentacles, whether it's in spirituality, career, or whatever area of your life, you may not actually get it tangibly on this or in this particular month, but you will get sight of it. You will see it, and it will leave you thinking, resting, retreating, consulting experts, and looking for that final, I was led to say final illumination, which leads you to the promised land. Let's get one more card for the Four Swords. I do see solid offers coming in, guys. Oh, see? At the end of it, you make a decision. There's a decision to be made, and I love this, the Two of Wands, because he has the whole world in his hands. And that's what I think you guys are going to get a chance to see. You see how he's holding the globe? He's not quite going out just yet into the world, but he's holding the world in his hand because he can see it now. And once again, if we think about it, it's being mirrored by the Seven of Wands because he's in an advantage position. It's in his hand. He can look at it from all different angles. He can hold it up, hold it down, sideways, this and that, blah, 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 blah. Looking at things from a different perspective and consulting experts in your field, I think is going to bring you great clarity in your field that you wish to enter or you wish to grow in, is what I really mean. I think it's going to bring you great clarity this month. Okay, let's get into some love. There's someone in your life that, while this person would like to appear generous, would like to appear steadfast, they move extremely slow, and they're constantly planting seeds, right? They're constantly, I have this to do, I'm going to do this, but you never see any fruit. Sorry, this is something that's coming to me as I'm saying this. This person could be an earth sign. Already, once again, the King of Pentacles is here. The King of Pentacles is here again. He keeps coming up. Like I always like to tell people, if there is something or a situation that you're involved in and it consumes a lot of your time, your thought, or your emotions, the energy tends to bleed into all of your life, all aspects of your life. Now, if it's a good energy, it's great. It brings abundance. If it's a bad energy, it can cause destruction all over, kind of like a bite from a snake. The poison goes all over eventually if you don't receive treatment. Let's go ahead and clarify. There is something about this person. They could have water in their chart. They could be a water sign. There's something about this person that at times makes you extremely hungry for the truth and emotional fulfillment. I mean, there's some emotions there, but it's sparse. It's sparse. And it's funny because I think that some people could be looking up at the stars, looking at the moon, things of that nature. I feel as though you guys, you look at the stars, you look at the moon because you think of, and when you do, I should say, and when you look at the moon, when you look at the stars, you see what you could have. You imagine what you could have. You know that you are an abundant person, right? And you see what you could have. And you're happy about it, but at the same time, when you come back down, the reality is sharp. It's a barren emotional land. It leaves you just very hungry, tired. Sometimes it makes you crazy too. It makes you crazy. I'm just saying this because, I mean, look at these hyenas. I call them hyenas in the desert in this particular picture. Look at the moon. The moon is smiling, right? So I feel as though even though the truth may hurt, the truth is going to set you free when you see it for what it is. Some people are going to decide to maybe do some moon rituals to clear their energy. All right. So you guys are going to be feeling very confident. I see you guys making a decision. When you guys take off the blindfold, because here we have the Two of Swords. When you take off the blindfold, I see you making decisions. Feeling very confident in what it is that you're choosing. Once again, the Chariot coming out again, along with the Nine of Pentacles. And the King of Wands. Definitely your reading, because these cards keep echoing once again, okay? Let's clarify this King of Pentacles. Who is the King of Pentacles? For some of you, this King of Pentacles is someone that you're involved in a third-party situation with. I have the High Priestess right next to the Three of Cups and the Five of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords in reverse. That looks like a pretty sour situation. There may be something that you do not know. You know what's so crazy? This is what's crazy, because I said a pretty sour situation. First of all, I don't even use that term. I don't know why I said it. But then when I look at this card, I see that there are grapes above these women as they dance with their cups. Grapes, create juice, wine. They have cups. They're in a vineyard. I mean, it's pretty clear they're probably drinking up the grapes, correct? All right, that's just an assumption, but here we go. Let me explain to you what I mean. When I said this is probably a sour situation, this is something that made you feel extremely good in the beginning. As you drink from the cups, over time, you're starting to feel like, no, this is a bitter cup. This is maybe even for some of you, a poisoned cup. I feel like someone is saying something like, this person completely, roofied me, like pulled the wool over my eyes. Like, this person could be some type of emotional manipulator or is emotionally manipulative. For a long time, I feel as though you guys were not defending yourself against this person. You were kind of letting them do what it is that they do. I feel like they also could have fits of anger or be very sharp with their tongues. I feel as though for a long time you guys may have been afraid to be left out in the cold by this person. I think you're going to start to sit with that. From the things that I've seen in the past, I think you guys are going to start to sit with that and accept it. And you might end up leaving them out in the cold. Okay. All right. Yeah. For some of you, I feel like there's a tower moment that you're trying to avoid. Like I said, this energy is so where some people are there already. They've already made a decision. Some people are coming to the realization, and some people are past that and are on their way of moving on. I feel like there could be a tower moment that you guys are trying to avoid. However it goes, I feel like there could be some emotional outpouring, or there could be a cup that's kind of running, not a cup, it's a well, right? A well that's running dry for this person. I think maybe they could be also trying to prevent a tower moment because they see you kind of pulling away. But I don't think that they know, because this is clarifying the moon. Maybe that's part of it. Maybe you guys don't know how much power you have to correct this situation. And however it goes on both sides, whether you don't know or you know, I don't think this person knows that this well is running dry. You're getting really tired of this person and the stuff that they're pulling. The Magician, clarifying the Magician. The Magician is where you kind of make some changes using all of the elements, whether it's fire. Sometimes you're going to have to be like, no, you know what I mean? Fast, hard, you know? Also too, fire energy also reminds me of fun loving, free spirited, using your truth as not only just to speak it, but also as a sort of protection from you, reminding yourself of what it is. You know, as this person tries to come back, using your emotions to get over the situation. I invite you guys to be as understanding and as loving as you are to others. Be that to yourself, because that's going to help you get through this. I want to clarify just something really quickly. Yeah, you guys are coming to the end of picking up and carrying other people's burdens. You're trying to put things to where they belong so you can go ahead and do your own thing. You're trying to end old cycles and begin new ones. You guys are cutting out things that don't serve you. Even if this person is a so-called soulmate, or even someone you've known for a long time, even like into your childhood or, you know, your younger teenage years or something like that. You guys are cutting out things that no longer serve you here with the Six of Cups in the reverse, as well as the Queen of Swords. I feel like you guys are open, though, to other things. You know, you're still open to new things. You're not bitter, because she's not in the reverse. She's not in her reverse bitter ex-wife position or something of that nature. I feel as though you guys are just cutting out things that no longer serve you. And you're moving away from this idea that this is the one for you. Yep, once again, clarifying the Three of Pentacles. Now, when I have the Three of Pentacles in this position, by the end of the month, you guys are going to see, like I said before, you're gonna see something that you've been working hard on, whether that's your legacy, your life path, your journey, your career, your education. You're going to see it come and start to really take shape. You're going to see your growth. You're going to see how far you've come. You're going to see where you can take it. Someone or you could be watching someone from afar. Someone from afar may be watching you. You may be watching someone from afar. But once again, I think you're going to be extremely optimistic come the end of the month, regardless of what happens during the month, because you guys are going to start making your decisions on exactly how you would like to move forward. Here I have the Death card in the reverse. I would like to clarify that before I speak on it. Okay, so For some people, it seems as though with the Death card here in the reverse, to me, it talks about a transformation that is not being allowed to take place. The Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. All right. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put these cards back into the deck. All right, I'm going to shuffle. And then I'm going to clarify, because the Death card was clarified by the Ace of Wands as well as the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. This time what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask, how can Taurus turn this Wheel of Fortune in the upright position? Okay, here we go. Here we go. All right. For some of you, it could be getting over what happened in the past. For others, it could be a family dynamic that you are trying to walk away from. Okay. There could be some information that comes in either from a water sign or about a water sign. There could be some information or some type of message that comes from this person. My instinct is telling me, my intuition is telling me to listen to the information. Take it for what it is. Take it for what it is. There could be a family dynamic that you guys do not want to disassemble, whether it's with, you being the child and this being your elders, or you being the parent and this being with you and your spouse. However it goes, there's some type of family dynamic, some type of, could even be like a career of some sort that you guys are doing that is not bringing you the legacy you wish, the I want to say emotional fulfillment, but this is the Ten of Pentacles. I mean, let's see. Yeah, it's just like, I feel as though there's something that needs to change, and it's about maybe being a Debbie Downer, maybe looking toward what you actually have, not crying over what you don't, taking the information for what it is. Definitely when it comes to the Ace of Wands, when I see this, I'm thinking of it as, instead of it being that new passion, that new inspiration, I'm thinking of it as a fleeting type of energy, something that might be just for a simple pleasure, leaving that alone. Okay. Also too, we have the Five of Swords. We have the Six of Wands, and we have the Judgment card. In this Six of Wands, instead of me feeling as though it's recognition for you, because there will be some recognition for you. People will start to see you shine. You will, start to come into the light. You will also be able to see your value. But it's also to recognize, not just you getting recognition, but you recognizing what it is. You'll be able to move forward in a more truthful way. Not to say like you're lying, but I'm saying like if you're in a relationship with someone who doesn't mean you well, seeing it for what it is and being able to move on. Therefore, you're going to treat this person differently. You're going to treat your relationship differently. You're going to think of it differently. You're going to make a different type of decision. And, if someone's not resonating with you or helping you grow, it could sound selfish, but the decision would be to let them do them and you do you, especially if you can grow without them. I mean, that's always the way I see it. Bottom of the deck, the Chariot card. Moving on. I always see it that way. This is the journey itself. I am here to try and help you guys, do you. That's why I called it the journey itself, because I'm here to help you guys do you. So I would say that if you're not being fulfilled, try and find something else. Okay? Try and find something else. Also, too, I'm looking for more cards to clarify the situation at the end, because it's like the Wheel of Fortune was in a reverse. I kind of want to help you guys turn that around. But I'm getting the idea that you guys need to defend yourselves more. Defend yourselves. It doesn't mean verbally. It could just mean defend yourselves by not putting yourselves in situations where you can be taken advantage of. For some of you, it's, accepting offers that are beneath you. They're not enough. It could be a third-party situation or overindulgence. That keeps coming up. Feeling the uncomfortableness and letting the illumination come. Some of you may be deciding to maybe turn down a marriage, turn down an opportunity to maybe move in with someone, because here with these two cards, the Ace of, not the Ace of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles along with the Hierophant in their positions. Usually we see these two cards together, we think of a stable offer, something moving to another level. No, accept better for yourself, and it'll turn into more stable opportunities, as well as the Hierophant in the upright. The Two of Wands has come out again, which lets me know you guys just have to make decisions, the proper decisions for yourself. All right, so that's what I'm getting. Let me go ahead and pull some romance angel cards, and then I'm going to pull some notes from the universe by Mike Dooley. It's a new deck that I got. I like it a lot. All right. Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. Whew. This card wanted to come out. All right. Finance and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. I'll pull 3 cards for you guys. So, okay. I see. Like, for some of you, it could be that you don't have enough money to move away from this person, or you don't feel like you have all the assets you need. It could be also, too, that maybe this person is draining your finances. Maybe they are draining your energy, and it's affecting your career. All right. The next card that flipped over. Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. First card that popped up, I'm going to take it. You'll find what you seek. If you've ever suddenly found and been loved by someone, amazing, awesome, fun, and fantastic, chances are astronomical you will again. If you haven't yet found such a person, chances are astronomical that you will. It's up to you, the universe. Okay. I like that. There's something that I always say to my my friends, especially when I see them, having a hard time letting something go. I tell them, I said, you can't get that better thing in that space, because that thing that's not really working out is still occupying that space. I said, it's just a simple law of science. This is not anything about attraction or magic. It's a simple law of matter. Like, you can't put a new TV where your old TV is. It just doesn't work that way. It's a law. Like, you just can't do that. That space is already occupied, right? So in this particular situation, I think of it as a person. If you have someone in your life serving in a certain position, such as a boyfriend, how do you get another boyfriend? You can't, because even if we think of it as like, oh, I'm going to just go and talk to someone else, you still can't fully enjoy that person because someone else is occupying that space. Okay, I'm done. Pucker up, buttercup. Being fair and reasonable will earn you respect and admiration. But being genuinely kind will make you a total love magnet. Go for love, the universe. One more card. You guys are going to do awesome this month. Assert your boundaries. That's it. I think that's really all it's about. Assert your boundaries. You're on your way. You're on your way. Okay? It's not as if you need anyone. Okay. For as long as you wish to keep them in your life, whomever they may be, understanding them as opposed to changing them will widely improve the chances that they'll wish to keep you in their life. On the other hand, you're pretty much stuck with me. Oh wow, how I love you, the universe. All right, guys, that has been your reading, Taurus. Have a great rest of your day and namaste.